Thank you for joining us today. Over the next several minutes, we will be reviewing a step-by-step application of the Wristrac, a wrist traction device by Carpal Kinetics.
The first thing to discuss is that the Wristrac unit can be used on either hand. The device is placed on the patient's palm side up. You must ensure that the very front of the unit aligns approximately 1/4 inch above the wrist crease. The wrist crease is created by slightly bending the wrist upward, as demonstrated. The patient will first need to loosen all 3 Velcro straps. Note, you do not need to pull the straps out of the nylon loops, but just loosen the straps. The traction setting on the unit should be reduced to 0. And the unit will need to be compressed until one hears a click, noting that the unit is in the locked position. The patient will then place their hand palm side up through the center of the support stocking. Note, the support stocking allows the patient to put the unit on by themselves. The device is then aligned 1/4 inch above the wrist crease. And then all 3 Velcro straps are tightened up so that the device is tight against the forearm. You want to make sure that the Velcro straps are tight enough to ensure that the unit will not slip on the forearm, but not so tight that it is uncomfortable. Once all 3 straps are tightened up, have the patient bend the wrist up slightly, giving a slight back pressure against the device, while at the same time pulling up on the release knob. Note, bending the wrist upward provides a slight back pressure, thus making it much easier to pull up on the release knob as it is under a preload. At this point, treatment has commenced. The patient should be seated and should have the non-treated arm crossed under the forearm of the arm which has the Wristrac applied to it. This just allows the hand being treated to be in the relaxed position, as shown. It also will allow the device to provide a traction without friction from contact upon a table or other surface. The Wristrac unit has a tension knob that can be increased one level at a time until a gentle stretch is felt by the patient. Note, most patients will not feel much until the unit is on approximately 2 to 3 minutes. The tension should be increased one level at a time, with the average starting point on the tension dial between 1 and 3. The device is utilized for 8 to 10 minutes. After the treatment is completed, the patient will dial down the tension knob to 0. They will then undo 3 Velcro straps and remove the unit from their arm. The device is now ready for the next use. The Wristrac unit can be used to help with a wide variety of injuries to the wrist, from general sprains and strains to ligament thickening due to repetitive motion trauma, inflammation, degenerative joint disease, and of course carpal tunnel syndrome. Make sure patients check with their physicians before beginning treatment. Best results have been shown when the device is utilized in mild to moderate cases of carpal tunnel syndrome. The device should also be considered in the area of preventative care, whereby the unit is used 1 to 3 times per week to prevent symptoms from reoccurring. Thank you for joining us today for this brief informational video. We hope that this was helpful, and we'll see you again soon.